Okay. Hello, friends. How's it going? Hope you're good. Wait, that's wrong, isn't it? I don't remember my own beginning. Oh, hello. How are you? Hope you're good. So I know you're reading this title and you're saying, gee, didn't you just had a book haul? Calm yourself. And to that I say, yes. But that haul actually featured the books that I've gotten over this period of spring because I wasn't really buying books and I had a long time since I actually went onto Amazon and did the good old this goes into the basket, this goes into the basket, and this goes into the basket. So those weren't like new books, okay? I'm trying to justify this very like badly, but what I'm trying to say that these are my July buys. Those previous ones were gathered over a few months and I just happened to show it to you a bit later than I usually would. So really, this is the haul. Okay, I have a problem. We all have a problem. It's fine. I went and gone and gotten myself some books, and in complete random order, those are the ones that I've been wanting for a while now. So first up is Elusive by Emily Lloyd Jones. And this is a dystopian novel, but it's more of like a sci-fi dystopian, superhero dystopian type of book. At least that's what I gathered. And it sounds like they're gonna have like superhero powers. The main character has to sort of team up with superhero criminals and go onto a mission to find out the formula for whatever made them have them. This could be a book that includes 3 different genres within it, and I really like the cover. It has some sort of X-Files meets CSI vibe to me, and in like a dystopian world. I don't know, it just really grabbed my attention, so I went and gone and bought it. These books were delivered to me yesterday and I was opening it and it was like a child, you know, during Christmas as per usual, and I was so glad because so many of them are floppy. So this is the floppy number 1, and I think of all the books I had like 3 or 4 that were floppy, and just that just makes me so unreasonably happy. Next is the book that I've seen everywhere in BookTube and in Bookstagram, and that's When Dimple Met Rishi. First of all, I really like the cover. I don't usually like covers with people, like actual people on them, but I don't know, just something about this makes me really happy. Like, it really makes me have the summer feel. So before summer is over, I thought I'm gonna grab this book because I heard mixed reviews, to be fair. Most of them are really good, and they're saying that this is an extremely funny book as well, and you know me, I'm always up for a good laugh. I am expecting this to be quite easy to read and really like non-committal contemporary style. This is about Dimple and Rishi, obviously. Dimple is our female character, and I think that swaps between the perspectives. So Dimple is our female character who is just out of school and she's wanting to go to university and break all of the social and economical roles that her family are setting upon her. So like, for example, not marrying someone she doesn't know, you know, because it's an arranged marriage. And then we have Rishi, who's a complete opposite. He's very traditional. He's our rich, hopeless romantic guy who I think they're a couple together by their parents, and I assume that love happens either way, even though maybe either of them didn't want it to, or something like that. Such a 101 YA contemporary novel, and I'm just expecting a good laugh out of it. So I'm hoping this is gonna be as good as people are saying. Fair warning though, this is gonna be like an extremely all over the place genre-wise book haul, because that's just how I roll. So this one is sadly non-floppy, but the next one is, look at that flop. This is called Brain on Fire, and it's by Susanna Cahalan. You know me, I'm crap with names. This is a book written by a journalist, and I'm assuming it's a little bit over the top and, you know, for the dramatic effect of it. So she wrote this book about herself and her mental health experience because she was having something that was not easily explained. I don't know much about this because obviously a lot of people cannot really give you a synopsis without giving anything away, because obviously the main diagnosis is a massive spoiler in the point of the book, I assume. So Brain on Fire is just her writing about her life when experiencing the problems with mental health, and I was just really intrigued by it, and it's gonna be super interesting for me to read this from the experience of a psychology graduate student as well. So I thought, oh, why the heck not? I am always up for mysterious case studies put into a novel style, and I just think think it's interesting. I'm also low-key hoping this is gonna be a little bit better than the Girl Interrupted, because I did really like Girl Interrupted, but it wasn't anything like I was expecting it to be. So yeah, I'm gonna see about this one. I'm gonna come back to you when I read this. The next book is again a book that is all over the internet at the moment, and it's One of Us is Lying by Karen McManus, and I didn't expect the red edges, but apparently it has red edges, so that's super cool. Not that, you know, but it's still cool. So this is a YA book. Oh my god. Ugh. See, one of the disadvantages of living above an Italian restaurant is that sometimes when I have a window open, like, you will smell the most delicious pizza. This is just not good for my diet, okay? This is not good. One of Us is Lying is a YA thriller book, I assume, about basically a group of people who are placed together in detention, and one of them dies 24 hours later before posting secrets of the other group online or something like that. Police conclude that the death was a homicide, and everybody from the detention group is a suspect, and we don't know who did it. And so this actually sounds extremely fun for my personal taste to read. I don't know about the writing style. I've never heard anything about or from this author, and I am extremely pumped about basically all of these books, because I don't know, this might be my favorite haul I've ever done, because I'm just so excited for all of these books. Like, oh my god. Next book is another book that I've been wanting for forever, and I've been speaking to Clara about this book for a while now, so I got my Lady Jane, and I'm so excited. Because this is supposed to be about, you know, Lady Jane. It's written by 3 authors, Cynthia Hand, Brody Ashton, and Jody Meadows. And I already love how it says on the back, the comical, fantastical, romantical, entirely true story of Lady Jane Grey, and then like in a little writing here, but not really, because it's obviously not based on true events at all. It's supposed to be some sort of like a comedy basically book, and I don't know much about it, and I just know that it's supposed to be extremely hilarious, so I'm looking forward to that, to say the least. But also, floppy! One of my new favorite authors is Victoria Schwab, and I am so excited because I'm gonna go to a meetup with her in August here in Edinburgh, and I'm just so pumped. And I've just finished Gathering of Shadows this month, and I really wanted to check out her other books, so I got myself Vicious, because as far as I know, the main character is a villain, isn't it? I am extremely excited to read from that kind of perspective, and Victoria's writing is just absolutely candy for my eyes and my brain, so I cannot wait to read this one. I do want to finish The Darker Shade of Magic first though, I think. And then there's a Savage Song, and because everyone's raving about how awesome our dark duet is, and like, man, I'm so behind. Why am I so behind always at life? Like, why? Talking about continuing in the series, I obviously had to get The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater, because this is the second book in the Raven cycle, and whilst I really did struggle and I almost DNF'd the book, once I got to the point where it just sort of got interesting, boy did I get hooked. And I cannot wait to see what the guys are up to, what is happening, what is up with this world. There's just no escape now, so I had to get this one. Next is the book that is actually a collaboration of 13 authors and 13 booktubers, and that is Because You Love to Hate Me, and it's a selection of short stories where the booktubers that we all know and love gave the authors that they were paired with views on what to write about, and then the authors, I think, chose from a variety that they suggested, and they picked what they wanted, and they went and wrote amazing stories about it. And obviously it was all over BookTube because it's like BookTube related, and obviously I have extreme FOMO, so I needed to see this. And Victoria Schwab is one of the authors, and she was paired with Jesse the Reader, that is like such a sweetheart to, like, his videos always make me so happy, I don't know. And Reagan from Peruse Project is also one of the booktubers that worked on this, and she's another darling that I keep watching, and she's just goals, and I don't know. There's a lot of people that I admire, there's a lot of authors that I admire, and then there's a lot of authors that I haven't heard of or haven't read anything of, and it's gonna be just... I did say previously that I'm not a big fan of short stories because I'm generally a slow reader, and for me, and I feel a bit robbed of the story when I get invested and then it's over. So I generally avoid it, but I felt like this was gonna be a good opportunity for me to see whose writing I enjoy. Oh yeah, and also all of the main characters here are the villains, so all the short stories about the characters or people or concepts that we associate with negative feelings or negativity in general. It just sounded too compelling not to buy, so good job on pushing this book because it damn worked. Next book is Wolf by Wolf by Ryan Groudon, I don't know. So I just mentioned that I love Reagan, and Reagan mentioned this book in one of her top something videos. I can't remember which one now. A while back, I think? I don't know. But it just sounded so intriguing. So basically this is a universe where Hitler would have won, and this includes elements of a race happening, and there's gonna be an attempt at assassinating Hitler, and it just sounds so bizarre, and I just want it in my life. I didn't know at the time, but look how beautiful the cover is. I'm just digging this all over. There's another book that I've ordered that hasn't been delivered yet because I bought it used, so it's gonna take like a while to get here. And that's Battle Royale. I've been wanting to read that since I was a teenager, and I just didn't get to it. It's a really gruesome dystopian, and it's supposed to be basically an original Hunger Games that, you know, Hunger Games were a little bit copied from that, but it's supposed to be better. So I'm really excited for that because I did like Hunger Games, so chances are I'm gonna love this one even more. And just because I noticed I never actually speak about the books that I get on Audible, I think I'm gonna mention to you what I got on Audible as well. I was re-listening to The Lightning Struck Hard previously, so I accumulated 2 credits, so I have 2 books on Audible just now, and so I got myself An Order to Live, A North Korean Girl's Journey to Freedom. This one was actually recommended to me by one of you viewers, so thank you so much for the recommendation. I can't remember the synopsis that well, but I know this is from a perspective of a girl who lives in North Korea, and it's just about the daily life and about the struggles, and this is something that it really interests me. From time to time I really love to read these type of books or watch a movie that's like this to put my own problems in perspective, although then your anxiety about like world's going to shit goes like way up, but you know what I mean. Sometimes it's really empowering, and it's really important to read books like that, so thank you again for the recommendation. I haven't started it yet, but I will once I'm done with my next book, which is Night Film. It's a dark thriller about... what is it even about? I am a few hours in, but it's still quite hard to tell what this is about. I think it's gonna be an investigation for a girl's murder or actually suicide, but I'm not far enough to know what is happening. It's like I absolutely adore the writing so far. There are some bits that you have to literally pause and think like, shit, that is so deep. Our main character is a reporter who's gone after a famous controversial movie maker and lost the suit and lost his reputation and lost his wife and has shared custody of his kid, and basically his life is not the best at the moment, and that famous filmmaker's daughter is the one that committed suicide, and I think he's reopening the whole thing, wanting to maybe dig deeper and basically get some credibility back to his life. I don't know. And I've been wanting to read this book ever since like ages and ages ago. I've seen one of the videos of Emma Books, and she's mentioned that this is like a life-changing novel that she's read, and now I'm getting to it. I did really want the paper copy because it has like pictures and stuff in there, so I really wanted that, but it was way expensive, so I thought, you know what, not now. So I think that's everything. There's a shit tons of books for someone that reads extremely slowly, but I am so happy about each and single one of them. I don't think I've ever been so pumped about reading all of the books that I've just gotten, and I'm so excited. I'm just having the best reading time because everything that I read recently I just love to like no extent. It just gives me, each book just gives me so much happiness. Anyway, let me know if you read any of these books. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you want to see more of this, and I will see you next time. Bye!